Hi, Pat. Pat knows that
Hello.
She's like my favorite.
Oh.
I love Pat.
I didn't pay him to say that.
She does so much for our community, has been a one-person force in early stages. And I know there's just not enough of your time. So to help everybody, although you try and you do a great job, but thanks for being with us here. And maybe you can give us an introduction. I want to hear about your military career. I want to hear about what you're doing with Minnesota SBIR. And just, I'll shut up. Okay. Go for it.
Hey, thank you, Christian. It's nice to be here. And what a wonderful venue. It's been a long time since I've been up here. So thank you for that.
It's fun to see the city from this perspective, isn't it? Yes.
So, yes, my name is Pat Dillon, and I'm the founder and president of a nonprofit called Minnesota SBIR. And so how many of you in the audience know about the federal SBIR program? Love it. It's your tax dollars. And so we, help companies in Minnesota, but there are organizations all around the country that help companies help secure those dollars. And how I got here was a very serendipitous route. There was no plan. So I did spend quite a few years in the military, in the Navy, and I was active duty and I was in the reserves. And I had an all-expense-paid trip to Afghanistan in 2011. But that career, starting out in the military and in the aviation community, and then after I got off active duty, I decided, it was time to use my GI Bill, and I went to college. And that's where I got started in government contracting. That is what led me into the SBIR program eventually. And so when I got into the SBIR program, it was my predecessor made it look so sexy. So I just continued on in it. But it really resonates with my value system. And I believe in the American dream because I watch it in action every day. And so that is what I've done throughout my entire career. I had 2 careers. I had the military career, and then, of course, my career with helping companies, both startup and small businesses, in the federal R&D space, SBIR, and STTR, which is, of course, collaboration with the academic institution.
Thomas Forrest Farb Horsch is somewhere here, one of our members, and he talks about this Peter Thiel book where we talk about the Navy and the Army, and the Navy comes in and, gets the beachhead settled. And Pat has been doing that her whole life and is now doing it in the SBIR space. And I think that for a lot of founders applying for these grants, it's scary. It's hard. I know I have a high likelihood I'm going to get rejected. Nobody likes to get rejected. But you have a cohort approach to teaching us how to do this and helping us get better apps out there. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So it is overwhelming, even for somebody that's been around it for a long time. And of course, it's federal funding. And just like our academic institutions or even Mayo Clinic, they have to write proposals. They have to, go through all those rules and processes and systems. Same thing for small businesses. And that's the challenge for a lot of startups and small businesses. They may not have had that experience at an academic institution or a medical institution. And that's where we really excel, is we help people understand that environment and then actually, help them learn everything that they need to do in order to apply, and then provide the hands-on support to help them get to that submission opportunity in the future. And I'm really happy that, I can share this today, but one of our clients that we've been working with for about 4 or 5 years was recently funded $4.5 million in the last month. Yeah. So there's a tremendous opportunity, and I would argue, and I certainly would echo the opportunity that exists in the programs, and learning how to do it is really important, because once you learn how to do it, you can continue to pursue those sources of funding for all your innovative ideas. And I've rarely met an entrepreneur with one idea.
Well, hey, you all know, if you've been in Bullpen, I'm always late. I go over. I get so interested in our speakers. So please spend some time with Pat. Get to know her. She's wonderful, fantastic. She also has a lot of different connections with federal funded folks around the country. So maybe you say, how do I do this in Michigan? How do I do this in wherever I am? She would be a great resource for you just to talk through that with. So please give her a round of applause, Pat Dillon. Thanks, Pat.